Welcome to Date Night with the
Coopers.
channel where we do film and sometimes TV reviews.
Oui.
As you can tell, on this installment, we are reviewing a French import.
Oui.
It is called Lost Bullet. Lost Bullet 1 and Lost Bullet 2, which both are now streaming on Netflix.
This is correct. Yes, of course.
If we like a film, what do?
We tell you to put it in your queue, and it's a movie that you would like to see.
And if we don't like a film,
yeah. We do not like it. We do not say, put it in your queue. No.
Sorry. When we were in Paris, he could walk around, didn't know hardly a lick of French, only a little bit. And he was able to talk to everybody with just the accent. They were like, oh.
And you are speaking English, you must be very good.
He's just good with phonetics.
I like phonetics or anything that is related to speaking.
Okay, can we get now? Our review now.
Please continue. Yes, as you were.
Okay, we're talking about Lost Bullet and Lost Bullet 1 and Lost Bullet 2. But in order to do the review of 2, we got to tell you about 1, right? This franchise is directed by who?
I believe his name is Guillaume Perret.
And the main character who also co-writer is Albin Lenoir. Mm-hmm. And one of the other big actors is Steffi Selma, and she's a big pop star in France. So it's kind of a cool cast, right? And the director is very interesting.
Oui.
Mm-hmm. The interesting thing about Albin Lenoir is that he's a stuntman as well, and you can definitely tell that he's a stuntman from this film, the way they wrote it and everything. Crazy stunts, crazy car chases,
crazy fight scenes.
Yeah, crazy fight scenes. It is. I mean, it's just like get your popcorn ready. Mm-hmm. So in Lost Bullet 1, and a spoiler alert, it is what it is. Lost Bullet 1. Lino, who is played by Albin, right? Lino is like this delinquent, small-time criminal. He's always looking out for his brother, who he's always sacrificing himself for. And he gets recruited by this head of a go-fast unit. A go-fast unit is a group of police that basically, they chase those high-speed chase criminals. And so they all are very good drivers and all this stuff. And so he's recruited to be their mechanic, a police mechanic. So his specialty is, first of all, he's a
genius mechanic.
Yes, genius mechanic is the term they use. But he's able to weld things onto cars, add additional things that can basically really mess up other vehicles, right?
Yeah.
Like vehicular mayhem. And so he's really good at that. And so in the first one, he earns the respect of the head of the task force. And he basically, because he's walking around with an ankle monitor and all this good stuff, like they like him. They don't trust him. He has a relationship with one of the only girl in the unit. He's got her and all this. And then the head of the unit basically just gets his papers and says, you served your time because of working with us, your sentence is now over. You just basically have to, work with us. You don't have to wear ankle monitor, all that stuff. He was so happy and honored. Well, of course, the dirty cops kill the leader of the unit, the veteran cop. They kill him and they blame it on Lino. So he spends the whole movie trying to
clear his name.
That it wasn't him.
Yeah.
Right, that it was not him.
Yeah.
And that's the craziness.
And you don't think it's ever going to happen.
No.
Yeah, it's a good story.
No. And in the second one, we're shocked to see that he is now a policeman himself. I was like, look at this.
Right.
And he's like having a good life, this and that. But then we have more problems because he discovers that one of the criminals that he thought was dead or missing, they actually are still holding. Yeah. And so it's another movie where he's trying to avenge the death of the mentor, but also of one of his family members. So that's like the movie. It's another speed chase movie. He's in trouble again with the police, even though he is police.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he takes matters into his own hands, and by doing that, he goes against what the police say he should do, and he becomes wanted again. I
was like, what in the world? So it's a very character-driven movie, would you say?
Yeah.
And I don't know, the music, the fight scenes, the gritty fight scenes. Yeah. What did you think about those fight scenes? I was like, wait a minute. You can tell it's stuntman.
Why is it called Lost Bullet?
Because there's a lost bullet in the windshield.
Oh, that's right.
Of the cop of the good cop, the leader of the unit that's dead.
That's right.
And that bullet in the windshield can prove Lino's innocence.
Oh,
so that's what.
Thank you. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's my line. So yeah, it's a really, really good movie. It's a good story. Our main character, Lino, drives the story.
Literally.
In the opening sequence, he's reinforced the front end of this car by welding it, and it allows him to drive through concrete without damaging the car. That's and so crazy. You see him going, gosh, driving through these concrete windows, but then the car craps out, and then that's how he gets caught. So we know that he's a genius mechanic, and he earns the respect of the mentor. And like she said, the mentor gets killed, and then he has to clear his name. Well, in the course of that, he's a very driven character.
Yeah.
Right. He's not a passive character by any stretch. He makes very strong choices, whether against the grain or against, and you never think his choices are the right choices while you're watching. Oh, don't do that. But then it leads him into this whole other, series of circumstances. And you go, well, how's he going to get out of this one? How's he going to get out of this one? How's he going to get out of this one? And it keeps ramping up. The stakes continue to get higher. And I just love how they drive the story.
Right. And I think, what's interesting about this character is highly ethical, although he starts off a criminal.
Correct.
He's very ethical. He wants to make moral decisions.
True.
So that is, to me, very interesting. So good job, Linois, and good job, Pierrette, on that script. Because it's like to us, it's like a French answer for Fast and the Furious.
Yeah,
it's a similar kind of series.
The first one.
The first one.
Not 8.
Yeah. So let's ask our typical questions.
Yes.
Do you think this was a well written movie? I think you already answered that.
Yeah, very well written. You have a protagonist who's driving the story. He's making strong choices and comes to a crisis decision. Right.
Do you believe the actors?
Actors were great. I bought every single one of the actors, the male leads, the female leads. Everyone was really good in their respective roles.
Yeah, Steffi Selma, did I already mention she's a pop star in France? So I think that's so cool, but she's playing like this tough cop. And, but the other female lead, the captain, she was really good too. Yeah. Do you recommend this for date night?
I absolutely recommend Lost Bullet 2 for date night.
Yeah, I think it's a good, what's going to happen? Oh, wow. Yeah. I think it's one of those films. Yeah, totally definitely, totally. Well, I think that's our review. Do you give it upstream or downstream?
Upstream, put it in your queue. It is a very good movie. If you like French, you will have to have the subtitles. Not everyone likes the subtitles, but they do have the dub. If you like the dub, you can watch the dub as well.
Yeah.
It's a very, very good movie. I would say put it on your list.
Oui. Okay, au revoir. Until our next review. And this guy turned 50 this week. So woo! Actually today. Woo! Although we probably post this video in a couple of days. Sorry, y'all. Stream responsibly. And don't forget to like and comment. Oh, share. It helps our algorithm, right? All right. Take care. Bye, y'all.